Hey guys, what's going on? Brant here, and we're back with some more Marvel Contest of Champions. All right, today's the day. Today's the day we are doing my first ever progression video. December 1st, 2016, Slim Study progression video. So before we dive into my progression, you need to know where I progressed from, right? And being that this is my first video, we are going to talk about how the hell I got started in this silly game. April, May-ish, 2015, that's when I dove into the game. I just found it randomly on the Play Store, downloaded it, installed it, and the rest is history. So let's see, real quick. My first ever 2-star champ was Iron Fist. I duplicated him, I maxed him out. He was freaking amazing. I loved him, loved him. I loved my Iron Fist. Still got a little sweet spot for Iron Fist. Loved him. After that, my first 3-star champ, Abomination. Abomination. I duped him. I maxed him out. I love him. I love him. I love him. I love him. I don't love him as much as Iron Fist, but I love him a little bit. Let's see. After that, my first 4-star champ. You know what? Back in the day, it was hard as hell to get 4-star champs. You know, I don't know if anybody told you out there. It was hard as hell. There was no shard system. I wasn't part of an alliance. I had to rely on premium hero crystals in order to get a 4-star crystal. And you know what? After 4 months, never got one. So, come, I think it was end of August or first week of September of 2015, I begged and pleaded with my wife, and she let me spend $100 on an Odin pack, and I bought that 4-star package when it popped up on the screen, and we got our first ever 4-star crystal. And who do we pull? Was it Doctor Strange? Was it Scarlet Witch? It was the Vision. That's who we pulled. Our first ever 4-star champ was the Vision. And at that time, I didn't know how useful Vision was. And Vision is super awesome. He's a stud, right? But man, that was my first ever 4-star champ. And then shortly after there, I joined an alliance. And wasn't with them too long. Probably maybe a month before I joined my second alliance. And my second alliance is where things just started taking off for me. I joined that alliance with like a 30K rating, and I left that alliance with, I think, a 125K rating. And that was over the course of 6 months, 7 months. I was there from like October through March and met a lot of great dudes. Still talk to those guys today. I'm still in my current alliance right now. I'm still with one of those guys today. So that was a lot of good times. A lot of good times. But unfortunately, what happened was 6 months later, March 2016, it went from logging in and playing to I was an officer of the Alliance. Every night I would open up the computer and I would have docs. I'd have spreadsheets. I'd have charts. I'd have graphs. I'd have everything open. And it just became too much. And at the end of March 2016, I just up and quit the game. I was done. And when I did quit the game, I sold all my 2-stars. I blew them all away because I thought I was going to get a lot of shards, and I didn't get hardly as many as I thought I was. I blew them all away. It wasn't anything wrong with the guys in the alliance. It was just too much on me, and it just took its toll. You know, it happens to a lot of guys, and it happened to me. So I went on, did my own things, reprioritized some things in my life, and then what didn't stop were my friends in my alliance who continuously hit me up on chat and tried to recruit me to come back in. And sure enough, a few months, I think it was 4.5, almost 5 months had gone by. I was like, all right, you know, I'll take a stab at it. I'll go ahead and go back in, but I'm not going to be an officer. I'm not going to do any of that stuff. I'm just going to be the guy who logged in. Tell me what path you need me to crush. I'll crush it, and then I'm going to go back to sleep. And that's kind of where I'm at right now. Yeah, I just log in, I play, and just have some fun. And it's a lot more better of a time right now. The one thing I do regret was, if you remember when Kabam updated the Masteries and it gave everybody a boatload of 5-star shards if you had open Liquid Courage and Recoil and Double Edge. So they did. They gave I think I ended up with like 9,000 shards, and I needed 1,000, and I had none, and I wasn't playing the game at the time. It was right before I came back. And I was like, oh, well, it'll be nice to have another 5-star champ. So I'm not playing, and I'm probably going to quit, but it'd be cool to have one anyway. So I sold 4 4-star champs. And I kind of regret that. And even though I've gotten 2 of those champs back, I did sell 4 of them. And the only one I really regret was selling my duped Magic. That's right, my duped Magic. She was one of the ones I sold. Now, before you jump on me, you got to understand that this was because, well, it was not because, but it was prior to when they redid her Limbo. So she was still pretty useless at the time. But yeah, we sold her, we sold Winter Soldier, we sold White Magneto because we had the red one, and I forget who the 4th one was, but we sold 4 stars, and that might be the only thing I regret over the year and a half I've been playing. But like I said, hey, I got 2 of them back. I got a lot of great. I have a lot of great champs, so I'm really not missing some of those guys. So anyway, when I quit the game, I had 1 550 champ. I came back, and things have been taken off and rocking, and here we are today. So that's our backstory. Here we are today. Today we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 550 champs. We just took Quake up the other day because we got a 4-star signature stone. Sorry, not signature stone. 4-star awakening gem for Quake. So we took her up to 550. I had 3 tier 4 class cats sitting there, and it was either going to be her if we awakened her, or my 5-star Spider-Man if we awakened him. And we awakened her first, and so we took her to 550, helped my alliance out with Prestige a little bit, and then we had DPX and Scarlet Witch and Moon Knight. And as you can see my rating, we are so close to 200k. We're close. In fact, we would have been way over that if I didn't sell any of those champions back in the day, especially all those 2-stars. Man, this was before they had the Max Signature Stone crystal too. So it just goes to show you, don't sell champs. Kabam's always going to come out with ways to make you use them or get rewards from them just for just having them on your roster. So don't sell them. Just keep all your champs, okay? So anyway, those are my top 4. Let's go into my full roster here. We'll do a quick overview and highlight some of the new champs we've gotten recently over the last month or two. And like I said, I've been very fortunate with some of the pulls I have. I've grinded for some, and I've been lucky and pulled some as well. So there's my top 4. Thor is my other 550 champ. I think Black Widow is going to be going up next. We have 2 skill tier 4 CCs. We're going to need 1 more, then we'll take her to 550. She's an Alliance War beast. Let's see here. Who else have we gotten recently? Ooh, Crossbones, Agent Venom. Those 2. We got them both recently from Crystal Pulls. Awesome, awesome champs, and they're awesome when they're not duped. So really stoked to have them. We took them both up to 440 right away. We duped our Rocket finally. Rocket is the only champ I ever won when he was the feature champ in the 4-star arena. That was last Christmas, a year ago. A year later, we finally duped him. Yeah. Electro. Electro's the first one I got from doing, he was the basic champ, you know, about a month ago. And he's the first time I did back-to-back in the arena and got the basic champ and awakened my basic champ. Awesome champ. Black Panther Civil War, literally got him 2 weeks ago, duplicated him the other day. Like, it just, sometimes it just comes out of nowhere. It is so cool. It's so weird, because they're right next to each other. Rocket, I couldn't duplicate for a year. Black Panther Civil War, duplicated in 2 weeks. Who the hell knows, right? We got Ghost Rider from one of the crystals. That was an awesome pull. We got Rogue from one of the crystals. That was an awesome pull. Let's see here. Who else did we get? Cyclops. Cyclops we got from a 5-star crystal that we got in the tier 4 rift. We did that one the other day. It was our last one we're going to be able to do. And we ended on the biggest note possible. We got a 5-star crystal. And we pulled a Cyclops. That was so cool. And that's it. Then we get into our 3 stars and some of our 224 stars as we get down here. Red Hulk we got from the arena. A-Bomb and Joe Fixit. So, Spider-Gwen. Yeah, I grinded for Spider-Gwen. I needed golden units, so it's kind of a byproduct, right? We got our Venom. So these guys kind of hang at 220 usually, and then my plan is usually when they're awakened, then I work hard to get them up to 330. That way they're ready to go to 440 if I need to. And then there you go. Mordo and Loki were the last 2 we got, and we're just waiting on a level up event before we rank them up. So I'm pretty stoked. Mordo's probably going to be my next 550 champ. I have 2 Mystic tier 4 class cats. We're waiting on 1 more. Once that comes through, Gotta rank him the 550. He's got like the highest prestige in the game. He's freaking amazing. So that's really it. Then here you get into our 3 stars and 2 stars and so on. Real quick, we'll do a 5-star overview. There they are. We have 8 5-stars. None of them are duped. But whatever. You know what? Every time I get a new one, it's beneficial for Tier 4 Arena, right? Because you get that extra mega points from the 5 stars in the Tier 4 Arena. So that's my positive spin on not having a dupe Star-Lord or a dupe Cyclops or something like that. But anyway, there you go. They're all sitting there. Once they're duped, then we're going to work on ranking them up to rank 3. And if we actually get a chance and enough Tier 4 CCs, maybe take one of them up to rank 4. Hoping at Star-Lord. That'd be pretty cool. Okay. That's it for the champs. Real quick, let's touch on our Masteries. Let's see what our current setup is for our Masteries. And then we'll wrap up this progression update. So I recently redid Masteries, like last week recently. And the goal here is basically I took a look at the fights I do on a regular basis. And I never do boss fights. I'm not in long duration fights. So I just want to get in and smash and dash and get out and move on to the next fight. So I want to put together a Mastery set where I pretty much have as much attack as I can without running suicides. And I want to generate enough damage as I can as quick as possible. And that's what we're kind of doing here. So we have the usual core up front where you max out precision and you max out cruelty. I maxed out, what is that, glass cannon. They get that extra 7.2% of attack. We're in the process of trying to max out our skill mastery so we can get that 64% of ignoring armor. We unlocked despair and we maxed out deep wounds. I'm still contemplating if I want to do assassin or not. Assassin is very beneficial for those long duration fights when champs that have a lot of health, because you're fighting them in that 18% health range for a long time, so you get more of a benefit from there. There's a lot of times when I'm in fights, my champs my opponents, they don't see 18% health. I'm blasting them away with a Scarlet Witch's L2 from like halfway out. So I don't know if that's going to benefit me now, and I don't have enough units, obviously, and I don't feel like grinding units just to unlock that for not that much of a benefit at this time. So we'll see. I think at some point we're going to get there. It's just not going to be today. So that's my attack. My defense, there you go. The big thing with defense is we finally got rid of willpower. I used to have 1 on willpower for a while, but we got rid of it. And it didn't take that long to get used to it either. I do have recovery still, and that's mainly because I want to get that extra 15% recovery from my Scarlet Witch and my Wolverine and so on. So we still have that maxed out. And obviously our block proficiency to give us a little bit of defense. Lastly, on utility, I maxed out Limber just so I can piss off people in Alliance War when I'm on defense and they're trying to attack me. Ultimately, if I ever do get around to Assassin, we're probably going to take those points and put them on Assassin. That's where they're going to come from. But pretty much standard stock stuff here. Dexterity, 1 on Dexterity. Maxed out Parry and Stupefy. They get that extra long stun duration. And then, what is it? Pacify, right? Pacify is the best, man. You have Pacify. I think that triggers a lot more than 30%. That's just my gut feeling. I don't know. I think that triggers a lot more than 30%. I think that's closer to like 60%. That triggers a lot. That is a must-have. I love that mastery. If you don't have it, get it. Slim Steiny said, get Pacify. All right, last but not least, I have the goggles on for Science Champs. So we can see them one step away. This helps out all of my teammates in Alliance War. It's not really for identifying when you're going to run into a Spider-Man on like Thorns or Stun Immune mode. You kind of know they're going to be there. It's mainly for identifying the Spider-Man when they're not there, or identifying the Electro when they're not there and they're not on stun, or when they're placed somewhere randomly that you wouldn't expect them. So that's really it. Other than that, that's really it, guys. That's it. That's me in a nutshell. That's my progression. That's where we're at as of today, December 1st, 2016. Hopefully next month, New Year's Day, probably not New Year's Day, probably be a couple days afterwards, we'll do our January progression. We'll try and get these out every month, and hopefully we'll have a new 550 at that time. That'd be cool. Hopefully we get that tier 4 class cat for Mordo, and we bring him up, and you'll see him on this page next month. That's the plan. So there you go, guys. Slim Steiny in a nutshell. That's me. I want to hear about you. Put some comments below. Let me hear your stories. How'd you guys get involved in a game? How'd you guys progress through? I'm sure you guys out there have some really crazy stories. I want to hear them. So put some comments below, guys. And always, please, hit that mighty thumb button. Give me a like if you liked the video. If you want to see more progression updates, let me know. Okay, guys? Aside from that, thank you all very much for watching, and we'll see you next time. See ya! Pew pew.